Welcome to part 3 of the webinar series Get Successfully Started with Fronius. This webinar series is designed for beginners and for people who haven't done a lot with Fronius yet, but who want to change this in the future. In part 1 of the series, you got a product overview about our products and solutions. In part 2, we took a look at system design and at the shopping list and the components you need for installing Fronius. And now part 3 will be about the digital tools. You might know it from other areas in your life. The digital tools, they are becoming more and more important. And this development, this hasn't stopped of Fronius as well. In the last years, we extended our digital portfolio as well. Today we will discuss 4 applications. This is Solar.START, Solar.Web, Solar.SOS and the Solar.Wattpilot app. The Solar.creator app would also be on this list, but we will leave it apart for now because we discussed it in part 2 of the series. Today I want to give you an overview about these digital applications, and I want to give you some hints about the most important points you should consider when you are using those applications. However, this webinar is not designed for going into detail with these applications, but if you want to, if you need it, you find a lot of other videos on our YouTube channel, and there me or my colleagues will go through with you point by point from these applications. You will see it in the following slides. In the bottom left corner, you will find some QR codes, and those QR codes, they are links to other YouTube videos that might help you and which, as I said, go more into detail. I would say we start with the first application. We start with the Solar.START app. The Solar.START app is the app you need for commissioning our products. And as well as it holds for the other 4, you find this app as an application for your smartphone or your tablet, and also as a browser version for your laptop. If you're using the app or the browser version, this is a matter of taste and up to you in the end. However, we certainly recommend that you are installing all the apps. In some technical rooms, there's not a lot of space, and also if you would usually use the laptop, sometimes it comes in handy using your smartphone or the tablet. Let me show you this directly in the Solar.START app. We will just jump into Solar.START. When you open the Solar.START app, you see here, this is the opening page. And immediately you see one of the big advantages the app has in comparison with the browser version. You find some useful links here. So as you see here, a link to product registration, Solar.Web, Solar.SOS, or installer support tools. The idea is that you might need those informations, and you do not need to have to look for a long time on the homepage. You just can jump directly to it. I will show you this by the example of installer support tools. So if I click here on installer support tools, I'm directly guided to our homepage, and you find here manuals and instructions, certificates, data sheets, and this for all the products we offer. You see them here, the options Gen24, snap inverters, you all find all of them here. So as I said, you don't need to look for a long time on our homepage, you just click on this link. Let me go back to the app. Then you want to start the installation process. So you click on Start Installation. You open the access point of one of the devices you want to connect to, and then you click on whatever device it is. So let's say, for example, a Gen24. And then the connection is found. You continue the installation process by clicking on Network. When you do this, you will be asked to set a customer password. This password, this is the barrier for the customer area. So either you're choosing a password that you then hand over to your customer, or you hand over the password and your customer is then creating a new one. When you continue the network installations, you will be asked about the Wi-Fi password. and there a very simple but unfortunately common mistake happens. The customer doesn't know the Wi-Fi password. Please make sure before you go to the customer that the customer already has his Wi-Fi password with him, and so you don't need to waste precious time. If you have finished the network settings, then you continue with product settings, and here you ask for the technician password. This is another very important point. Here you ask for the technician password is a password that the customer shouldn't know. With this password you have access to an area that only experts like you have access to. Make sure to use a password the customer doesn't know, and a password that is always the same for all the PV systems that you are taking care of. If you, let's say you are going to a PV system that you haven't installed, but a colleague of yours, so that you also know what the technician password is there. So we recommend that always the technician password is always the same. Once you have finished this, you're finished with Solar.STart. As I said, I will not go through the installation process now. If you need further information, please check our YouTube channel and you will find a QR code on the slide. Let me sum up. When you're using the Solar.STart app, please think of a technician password that your customer doesn't know and that only you and your employees know, and that this password is always the same for all the PV systems you are monitoring. The Wi-Fi password is required. Please remind your customer that he should know the password before you get to him. And a hint for all of you, if you are not familiar with Solar.STart and you want to get some practice, then you can use the inverter simulator of Fronius. Just go to invertersimulator.fronius.com. This application is free for use, and it is a dummy version basically of the Solar.STart app. And as I said, if you are not familiar with the installation process, please check our YouTube channel. You find with the QR code on the bottom left corner, you'll find a direct link to a useful video. I mentioned the access point. The access point needs to be opened, but how do you do this? This is a bit different for our different products. You see here a summary. So with the Gen24 products, you need to press the button once, and then the right light flashes blue, and this means the access point is open. With snap inverters, you have to use the small screen and the buttons directly on the cover. There you navigate to settings, and there you can open the access point. With the Wattpilot, you need to press the button twice. The Wattpilot makes it really easy for you. The Wattpilot has the access point always opened. Let's go to application number 2. I want to show you Solar.Web. As you know, Solar.Web is the app for visualization and monitoring of production and consumption data, and it is useful for the customer because they want to track the system as well, but it is also a useful and a mandatory tool for you for monitoring and comparing the PV systems you are taking care of. Again, let me jump directly into Solar.Web. First of all, it is important that you have a Solar.Web account for your company. All the PV systems that you're monitoring, they should be in the Solar.Web account of your customer and also in your account. If you want to add a PV system, you click here on Add PV System. And after you finished the steps you need to do, this PV system will appear here. You can also change the appearance up here and switch to list, and then it's even a better overview of all your PV systems. As you can see, on one side you see errors. So if any of your PV systems have some error messages, and you also see the production. This is quite useful. Imagine you are monitoring two different PV systems that are located very close to each other and where weather conditions are similar. If one of those PV plants produces a lot and the other almost nothing, then you know there's something wrong, and you get a hint that you might need to check those PV systems. In order to get all the PV systems here, you need to pay attention to that you have the permissions to do it. What do I mean? There are several possible permissions for PV systems. There's the owner. The owner should be the end customer. And then there's the supervisor. And you should have supervising permission rights for all the PV plants you have installed. So please make sure that you set this correctly. If you have the permissions, then you can also do updates, for example, for the PV plants. And this is often a very simple solution for error messages. Please also make sure that all your products are registered. If you go up here to product registration, then you see your systems listed up. When installation is done, then you need to register your product here. You need to enter the installation date as well as the name of the installer. This is particularly important so that you and your customer can make full use of our warranty. Warranty has been extended up to 10 years, but this warranty only holds if the product is registered. So that's all you need to know here in Solar.Web. Let's go back to the presentation. Let me sum up the most important points. Please make sure that you have a company account for your company, that all the installations you have done that are listed up here. You need to have the right permissions, and you need to change the owner correctly. If you want to get more information on this, scan the left QR code on the bottom and you will see a short video about the process. Then you can perform updates, monitor the PV plants. If you need further information for updates, then please scan the right QR code and you will find an appropriate video. And last but not least, please make sure all the installations, they are registered. This is important for making use of full warranty. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to Solar.SOS. Solar.SOS is our troubleshooting tool. So it is necessary when there's some repair work that needs to be done, when some products of ours, if they need to be replaced, if some parts need to be replaced, then you can do this with this app. When making contact with our tech support, so with my colleagues that are sitting at the hotline and that have calls with you, this is often connected with waiting times. And in order to reduce those waiting times for us and for you, it is recommended that you use the Solar.SOS app as much as possible. Again, I want to jump right into the Solar.SOS app. Let's go to the browser version. When opening the Solar.SOS app, you see on the left-hand side the possibilities you have. First of all, this is troubleshooting. So you can enter here the serial number of your product and enter a state code. So this is the error code you get. And this is one of the advantages of Solar.SOS. You get, first of all, the cause, and then you get possible solutions. And if you're lucky, then you don't even need to phone our technical support. You can find a solution just by using the app. Sometimes finding solutions is not so easy and some parts need to be replaced, and then you can request those replacements also in the app. You go here to exchange or repair. Again, you enter the serial number, you enter the state code, failure description, and in the best case, you also add a picture of the problem of the device, and you can send this to our technical support. Then, if it is sent to the support, you will send some emails to them, they will answer you, and you want to track those cases. And you can exactly do that here in the app. You go to cases, and there you see all open cases, closed cases, you see them listed up here. And you see the conversation that you or maybe employees of you had with us. So it's good, SOS is good for tracking and for maybe even finding solutions directly. And there's one more thing. Here you see the button recovery key. If your customer forgets his customer password, or maybe even if you forget the technician password, then you can reset the password here, and you can do this without calling the colleagues from the technical support. So again, it saves you a lot of time. Let's go back to the slides. Let me sum up the most important things you need to know about Solar.SOS. So Solar.SOS registration is possible with your Solar.Web account, so you do not need an extra registration. What can you do with Solar.SOS? You can analyze error codes, you can request exchange parts, you can track the cases, and you can also reset passwords if necessary. The Solar.SOS app is not an app you need for installation, but still you should have installed it on your devices, and you might need it sooner than you wish. Last but not least, let me show you the Solar.Wattpilot app. This is the app that you need using the Wattpilot, so for charging an electric vehicle. The Wattpilot app is primarily designed for end customers, so probably not for you installers, but still it is necessary that you are familiar with this product. You might want to demonstrate it to your customers, and you might also want to be ready if your customer has some questions or if some error codes appear and you need to tell your customer what he needs to do. I will not go into this app because there already exists a perfect video that goes with you step by step through this app and explains all the possibilities you have. Just scan the QR code on the bottom left side and you will directly go to this video. Again, let me sum it up. Wattpilot app is designed for customers. Still, you might want to use it or to be familiar with it for demonstration tasks and troubleshooting. And if you need more information, please check the YouTube channel. We are coming to an end of today's webinar. As always, you will get sent the recording. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. As I said, this is part 3 of the series. It will be the last part. If you are interested in part 1 and 2, feel free to check our YouTube channel. And also please feel free to check the YouTube channel for further videos that help you with, for example, in the installation process. Also, I would be happy to welcome you for a face-to-face training here in Wales. Then we can discuss a whole day about backup solution, about batteries, or about the installation process. Until then, I wish you all the best. Thanks for joining today and see you soon. Goodbye.